The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the Poster Pals game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone. And Dave here, and Dave with you, back with you in April.
Yes.
It's April now.
It is.
Was, as we air on Tuesday, was April Fool's Day. So that was Monday, so all your friends at work are pulling pranks on you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was such a lot of tomfoolery going on, Ed.
Now, I don't know if the folks notice at home, but we had, when we started out, we had the sign that's up on the game board now, down here. But it was too big, so it went up there, and I put a digital sign in where I could adjust the size, but I think it was taking too long to render the video, so I whipped this up last night. This is adjustable now. It's similar to the Ann Perillo sign that she carries around all over. So we have this sign now.
All right.
You know, we'll save in the rendering.
There you go.
Of
It's
the
all about
show.
saving some production time, Ed, because your time is very limited. Oh, no, it isn't.
You would
forgot.
think
You're
so. I have
retired.
all the time in the world. Of course, last week we taped the Toy Day show on the set.
I
down
was
here.
unaware of that. I was just made privy to this information.
This was Roman, my brother's son, who you saw around our Christmas show. He
Yes.
must have gotten bitten by the TV bug, or else he
Ooh.
likes watching these unboxing videos, these kids. And there's this Ryan kid, and the parents are doing the heavy lifting there. But this Ryan kid has got millions of views. Apparently, he made $11 million
What?
a year.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to be executive producer of the Toy Day show. I want to get involved in this. Can I make a few bucks off this, Ed?
Well, you see,
I can't retire like you.
You see, along with Ryan, there's a ton of other parents that have gotten their kids, and you
I
can
don't do a
tell
lot.
it may not be the kid's idea to do it. You can tell some of these shows it was the parents' idea, trying to retire early.
Well, if they're making some money, Ed, it's a good idea.
But I don't know how, he's got his own toys in Target now, this kid, and the kid doesn't really do anything. The parents are doing the heavy lifting. They're putting outfits on and costumes, and they're... So take a look for the Ryan toy review show on YouTube.
So he opens toys. He
That's-
reviews. He plays with the toys. He reviews the toys. What he thinks of them.
Well, that's how it
That's it?
started. Now, mommy and daddy are out there putting on wigs, and they're doing anything to keep producing videos. Looks like they knock out one a day, and it has millions of views.
Oh, maybe it's just them watching it over and over again.
It could be. Now, I noticed even though our subscribers are 3,000,
Ooh.
you 3,000 out there got to start watching more show because we don't have enough view hours to monetize the show yet. So you've got to have 1,000 subscribers
Okay. Check.
and so many view hours, which we don't have yet. Now, I noticed Kid Jackson, or Lights Camera Jackson, or whatever he's being called now, only has 1,000 subscribers and not many views. Now,
What's the limit? What's the view hours? How does that? What's the amount and how does that work?
well, you got to have people watching your video. You want them to watch the whole thing and stick with it the whole time. You don't want them to click on it.
So by now they're already turned this off.
Yeah, this well, it's to click around the show. You don't like this part, click later on when we're giving tickets away out there. But anyway, that's what we have to do now, Dave. We look at the movies, and I've already lost 2 strains of the clip over here. Let's try and get that back.
So we're going to talk
There we
about
go.
movies coming out. We're going to talk about DVD releases, which is always entertaining because you always do find some, bizarre, like, strip nude for your killer. Which, by the way, I watched on YouTube.
Did you? It wasn't up there uncut?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Then we give away some movie tickets. So you can go see some of these films that we're going to be talking about shortly, or at least telling you this is what's coming out.
Did people actually have to strip nude for their killer?
No, they were already nude.
They were already nude. Did a lot of nudity.
Yeah, I think it was Italian
yeah.
dubbed and
Wow.
yeah, it was. I mean, when I say I watched it, that's a stretch. I sort of perused through and fast forwarded here and there just to see. There wasn't it was a little blood, a little gore, a lot of boobs, including the one watching it.
Speaking of boobs, I turned on the Turner Classic Movies
Uh-oh.
the other night, and at 2 a.m, up comes Life Force.
Oh, great movie.
With the Matilda May nude vampire. I couldn't,
What'd they do? Blur it?
No.
No!
TCM will, show the occasional boob, but this was like minutes on end.
Oh,
and
yes.
it's on TCM. You can't cut them on there.
Oh, walking down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
She was in complete nudity there, Ed.
So even though I was a little tired and going to go to bed, I got to see if they're going to show this. And by gum, they showed it all.
There, wow.
Good for TCM.
Wow. What year was that movie? That wasn't like 79 or...
85.
No, 85, okay. More like Life Farce, Ed.
Time to watch that again, I think.
No,
I didn't see the whole thing. It was awful.
It was an awful movie. That was Tobe Hooper.
Yeah.
Sort of Tobe Hooper. That was awful. I don't know. I think he tried to become a real director instead of under the thumb of Spielberg. And then it was awful.
Ah.
It was a terrible movie. All right, here we go.
Okay.
What movies we got, Ed? You got the first one?
Oh, I have Teen
You
Spirit.
have Teen Spirit. Teen Spirit's one, Shazam, and some other one.
Teen Spirit is Elle Fanning and Archie Matacow. Violet is a shy teenager who dreams of escaping her small town and pursuing her passion to sing. With the help of an unlikely mentor, she enters a local singing competition that will test her integrity, talent, and ambition. Driven by a pop-fueled soundtrack, Teen Spirit is a visceral and stylish spin on the Cinderella story.
Oh, is that what that is?
Rated PG-13 for some suggestive content and for teen drinking and smoking.
No.
Those are all the things they show like it's 6:30 when you're trying to eat your dinner and the New York State Board of Health puts those people with half their face missing on from smoking.
Or the scar from their open heart surgery.
Yeah, we don't need to see that at 6:30. They did a nice ad one time where there was a song playing. I don't know what the gist of it was. It was an old 70s song, I Will Survive, I think. And they were showing people that survived.
Oh, well, that's good.
We don't need people with their face missing.
Right. Well, you don't want to go through that kind of suffering. Ed.
Oh, no.
It's a horrible thing. And you can control that by not smoking.
Yes, that's not good. Or vaping, or whatever you kids are doing.
I don't even know what
today.
the hell this vaping is. What is that? Is that not good for you either? I thought that was supposed to be the anti-smoking
That was
thing.
the... Try and get you off the smoking, but apparently it's just as bad or worse.
All right. Now, this Elle Fanning there, what was the one she was in that took place in like the 70s or 80s, the monster movie? Wasn't she in that one with the train crashing? Oh, Super 8?
Super 8,
Was that her? And she was in that,
Yes,
right?
I
Okay.
believe. Yeah, that was her.
She's the, what is she, sibling of Dakota Fanning?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
doing some good acting
A
there.
couple of Fannings for you there. Shazam! Shazam stars Zachary Levi, Digimon Hun Dijon Mustard, and Michelle Borth. See, I can handle that name. We all have a superhero inside us, Ed. It just takes a little bit of magic to bring it out. In Billy Batson's case, by shouting out one word, Shazam! This streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into the adult superhero Shazam, courtesy of an ancient wizard. Still a kid at heart inside a ripped, godlike body, Shazam revels in this adult version of himself by doing what any teen would do with superpowers. Have fun with them. Can he fly? Does he have X-ray vision? Can he shoot lightning out of his hands? Can he skip his social studies test? Shazam sets out to test the limits of his abilities with the joyful recklessness of a child. But he'll need to master these powers quickly in order to fight the deadly forces of evil controlled by Dr. Thaddeus Sivana. This film is rated at some rating at some point for certain reasons, but I don't have them.
No ratings there yet.
I'm going to go with a PG or a PG-13. For teen violence, and that's about it. I'm sure there might be a curse word here or there.
Now, they showed this a week or so ago early for Fandango customers. And apparently the aforementioned Kid Jackson, Kid Critic, must have seen it. And he said this was not super or heroic or anything else. He gave it an F on the Kid Critic report card.
How long is he going to be a kid, by the way?
I don't know. I think he's Lights Camera Jackson.
Okay.
But because he was on Channel 9 insufferably long to us in the area, we still know him as the Kid Critic until he was ousted from there. But he also gave us, which is like 95 on the tomato scale, a C on the Kid Critic.
What do you mean he gave us? He saw us?
Not us, but the movie Us, which is getting accolades.
I'm like, us? He saw us? Why would he see us?
Probably saw us. I had a comment on the Us thing he did.
Okay.
I said, well, nobody's really listening, luckily, to reporters anymore. They're going by tomatoes, and the tomatoes are 95 on this. So back to school.
Now, what are tomatoes? Are they from people who have seen the film or critics or a combination of both?
Well, there's one score for critics. That's the one they give the tomato score. And then there's also if the people liked it or not. So Us. I don't know if I'm going to go out to see that or not. Seems to be doing well. Looks very creepy.
That's weird how he goes from the wacky comedy to the creepy films.
Yeah.
That he makes now. Which one is it? Jordan Peele, right?
Yeah. Kay and Peele. Well, we have a scary one here.
There we go. That's yours.
This is mine, the Pet Cemetery.
Why can't they spell cemetery right, Ed?
Because kids wrote it.
Oh, okay.
On the sign. Jason Clark, John Lithgow, and Naomi Frenette. Based on the seminal horror novel by Stephen King, Pet Sematary follows Dr. Lewis Creed, who after relocating with his wife Rachel and their 2 young children from Boston to rural Maine, discovers a mysterious burial ground hidden deep in the woods near the family's new home. When tragedy strikes, Lewis turns to his unusual neighbor, Judd Crandall, setting off a perilous chain reaction that unleashes an unfathomable evil with horrific consequences. These are all big words I can't believe I'm saying because they don't have F in them, apparently.
Oh, is that what you struggle with? That's your letter?
Rated PG-13 for intense sequences of action, language, and suggestive material.
Oh, what are we suggesting?
Now, there's 2 kids mentioned here. It was only the one in the other film.
Never saw the original.
You never did?
I never did. Was that Fred Gwynn?
Yeah.
Oh, never saw the original.
That's pretty good. You should see that one. I thought it was kind of a basic horror movie, but I watched part of it the other day, and there's a lot of creepy images in there. And Fred Gwynn.
That alone is a creepy image. I only remember Fred Gwynn from The Munsters and
Car 54.
Car 54. Where are you? And
My Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny. That's right.
And don't forget, Fred Gwynn was in town working on that Ironweed.
Oh, was he? I did not know he was involved in that.
Yeah, he was in that, and no one has seen it. They don't play that anywhere. You know, there's a big to-do in the area. One of those.
What's the to-do?
Well, when they made it here, they had the premiere
right.
at the Palace, and a couple of the stars. I don't think Fred came in for that. A couple of the stars showed up. But never see that film. It's way too long. It was boring, but it was written by the local guy.
Kennedy?
Yeah. Doesn't mean it should be made into a film.
No, this is true.
So there you have it, this week's films. Halfway through the show. That's where we usually do our DVD releases.
And are we going to do them?
We're going to do them here.
Do we have any deaths, by the way?
We
at
do
any
have
point?
a couple.
Oh, okay.
Not as many as last time.
Well, that's good. We don't want a lot of deaths, Ed. That's
No,
very
we
sad and
don't
morose.
like death.
The man who killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot.
I don't know what the hell this is.
And that actually has an actor in it. Sam Elliott.
Apparently it's along the lines of the Abraham Lincoln vampire killer.
Why would Sam Elliott make a film like
I
that?
don't know.
Because he's all gray, so it's not that long ago. Why the hell? Sam, explain this to me.
I'm thinking this was direct to video. I don't know if this
I
was
would
shown
hope so.
anywhere.
Oh, that looks terrible. I gotta check it out. With the monkey. The Golden Head. Huh.
It's a Cinerama film. That was a process in the 50s, but I just liked it because it was called The Golden Head.
Uh-huh.
And you can forget this DVD of Head
You
to
know,
your friend.
speaking of that,
Yes.
the Monkees
Right.
had a film
Mhm.
called Head, which they were hoping to, do well, which it didn't. Kind of a cult classic now, but there was supposed to be like a follow-up from the producers, which was Rafelson, I think, and Schneider, and of course Jack Nicholson was involved in the writing of the film Head. And the tagline for the follow-up film was going to be from the producers, "Who gave you Head?"
Oh, no. They should have done it just for that alone.
But nothing came of that, so it never happened. But that's just a horrible thing to me. You would say that. But those were the times, folks. Can't say that now. But anyway.
I wonder if that's where you got the idea for your sketch.
I don't know. Maybe
there
there was a subconscious thing. I don't know.
What was the gist of your sketch? There was a head there, and for some reason you could give it as a gift or something?
The gist was the tagline, was basically
It was
it.
only the tagline.
That was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Just some guy who I know and still know with his head pretending, whatever. Oh, what is this? The Power?
This is The Power. I know nothing about this. I just thought it was some of that cool 60s art on there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what it is.
It's, you feel it until you can't feel anything at all. One man has it. No man or woman can resist it. Well, that's bizarre.
I'm thinking this might have been a 3D thing.
It does have that kind of
Something-
3D feel to the art.
When he reaches out for you, you'll never stop screaming.
Drives men to madness and murder. When it reaches out for you, you'll never stop screaming. Huh. All right.
The Power. It's out there, though, on DVD or Blu-ray or something now.
Okay.
Kate Bush.
1985, and what?
All that.
All that.
She had one song, right?
I barely remember who this person is.
Running Up the Hill.
Oh, that's her. Yep. But
Were
that
you
was the one where
working
she
at-
was like making weird noises.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I remember.
Were you working at Pier 1 when a guy was there that was in love with Kate Bush?
I don't recall. Ed, I don't know what I had for dinner yesterday.
So I think it was around 85. I don't know if you.
She's still alive?
I think so.
All right.
So you can give or get Kate Bush now.
Oh, okay.
You want to give Bush or get Bush?
All right.
Give it, get it?
Wow, got it.
Kate Bush. The only reason I put it on here. For that one guy from Pier 1.
Really? Okay.
All right.
There you go. That's it. Oh, boy.
Let's see. So you mentioned the Monkees. You did go see the Monkees.
Well, I went to see what technically not the Monkees. It's the Monkees present the Mickey and Mike show.
Did the Monkees really present it? Because
Well, there's only two of the Monkees left because Peter had just died shortly before the concert.
yeah, right before.
Like a week or two before. Which when I heard that it was just Mickey and Mike touring and Peter was not involved. Now, Peter has been involved in every incarnation of the Monkees since... Oh, I'm over here now. Sorry. Thank you for pointing out.
I figure this would be
A good time.
a little story.
Well, slight story. But anyway, Peter's always been involved in every incarnation of the Monkees tour since they were revitalized with, I think it was in the 86, when MTV started playing all their shows, the TV show, which is another point I will make shortly. And he's always been involved in this one. He wasn't involved in. Now, I know he had cancer, diagnosed since 2009, a rare form of, adenoid something, tongue cancer. So when I heard he wasn't going on tour, I figured something was up. But that's not how they presented it. They said, well, he's busy with his band Shoe Suede Blues, doing his pet project that he's been working on. But we all knew better. Oh. And then when he finally died, then Mickey came out and said, well, when he told us he couldn't make it, we all kind of knew. And that's when our mourning process began. So they were prepared for it. So that's why it happened. But let me make another point, Ed.
Okay.
About TV shows. Now, you can have a show on for 6 or 7 years these days. You know, your Netflix, your Hulu, whatever. And they'll have maybe 50, 60 episodes during that period of time. Right? Is that right?
Yeah.
The Monkees, 2 years, Ed.
2 years.
58 episodes.
58. They did like 30. Same with the Munsters. Only on 2 years, but, 30 episodes.
Yeah, a bunch of episodes. I'm back at this camera now.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of episodes, but a short period of time.
Yeah.
It's weird how. That's why. Okay, I'm back at this one. That's why when you're watching these Netflix shows and you see, 7 seasons. Oh, I'm going to watch this. You're not even getting 70 episodes in 70 seasons. Now, had the Monkees lasted 70 seasons, it'd be over 220 episodes. It'd be a ton of episodes. But nowadays, you get a show that's on for 2, 3, 4 years, which leads me to another story, Ed.
Whoa.
You only get 30 or 40 episodes, but Netflix has come out and said that they like to cap their series at 3 or 4 seasons tops.
Really?
Because they feel that's when the interest ebbs. And people just start drifting away. The viewership disappears. So they only want to keep it to 3 or 4 episodes. They're gonna gear the series that they create and say they have that story arc only last 3 or 4 years.
Well, it takes them a year to put a season out.
It does.
No wonder people get tired.
And that's why I lose interest in these shows.
Yeah.
Because you're only getting 8, sometimes 6 episodes, but you're only getting 8, 9 episodes. Then you have to wait 10 months for the next set to come out. And by then, you've either forgotten it or you said, you know what, I'm not interested in it anymore. That's what happens to me. So, you know what, spread them out a little more or make 12 episodes. God forbid you make 15. I'm back at this camera. God forbid you make 15 episodes or 20. Just saying.
Not only did the last season of Game of Thrones only have like 10 episodes, but they split the season, and it was like a year in between where we finally get these final 5, I guess, coming out. Was
the first show to really do this like The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Was that the one where that was only, because I remember making a comment saying, boy, there's only how many episodes for the season? And it was The Sopranos, which, by the way, I've never seen. But that's when it started going down. Now, network shows, I don't even think they do that many anymore.
No.
They may top off at 20.
Well, in the March, they were all of a sudden, and they had just come back from the midwinter break, and all of a sudden it was season finale time for The Good Doctor and some of the other ones. How many shows are they doing?
Who?
Anybody.
I have no idea.
Days, not many.
No, it used to be, was it September that the new season would start?
Yeah.
And it would be the summer where you'd have the reruns.
Yeah.
So you had, 9, 10 months of, with a repeat thrown in here or there. But 9 months of new episodes every week. Now it's, all right, here they all are. We did 7. Here you go.
It was 22 back in like the 70s was the season, and you'd have a couple of repeats around Christmas, but it went into May. Now it's March, these things are cutting off. But I guess it is game time.
Where's the game stuff, Ed?
The game materials are here.
Oh, there we go. Who's picking it?
Now, see, you have the close-up there, so I was enjoying picking them out here.
Okay, well, you can, how about if I hold it and you just have your hand come in?
I suppose you could do the whole thing.
Or
Because you
or
got,
should I be over
got
there?
the nice close-up
Well-
we do.
Well, am I doing the close-up or am I doing the game?
Well, we pick with your close-up. You'll pick the thing out, and then we'll cut to the game board.
It's too much for me to remember.
You don't have to remember anything. You just do it.
Oh.
The cameras will take care of themselves.
Oh, will they? Oh my
Unless
God.
you have a long story like the monkeys, then you should direct it towards the close-up.
I had a longer story about the monkeys, which I did pre-show.
Yeah,
that's
that
not,
was
that's not going on the air.
that can't.
All right, Michelle Crisafulli, 1 and 3, and spin.
Okay.
All right, now we're gonna go.
Now, it's been a month since we taped, but I believe we gave 2 tickets away on our last taping.
I don't even remember. All right, 1 and 3.
Okay.
You know, I have never said this about this, but
My illustration for our Psycho 3.5.
Yes. his nose is so wide
Huh.
at the end here.
I don't know if I was looking at an actual photo of Bill. I must
I mean,
have
it's not
been.
bad. It looks kind of like him, but yeah, just a little. I'd say trim a little bit.
If I
Well,
can find a picture of Bill, I'll superimpose it like we did with you with Frankenstein.
I do have that Frankenstein haircut again.
Did you just get your hair cut?
I did.
I just got mine cut yesterday, and Sandy went a little too close with the razor. There.
Oh, you're still with Sandy?
Still with Sandy
Oh, there you go.
from my class. Oh, we
sorry.
didn't have a winner there.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, there it is. The old next to each other. Oh, no. There you go.
I do have to go out and get some ink because we ran out of black ink. So on our last show, leave those exposed like that so I
Okay.
remember to print out some new posters.
Okay. Well, folks, sorry, Michelle, you did not win, but continue to send in. And where do you send it to, Ed? You send it to MediaZone95@gmail.com. That's MediaZone95@gmail.com. 2 numbers from 1 to 6. We select your entry, reveal what's behind the 2 numbers. If they match, you win 2 free movie tickets. If they don't match, you don't win anything. But if you write spin the wheel after they match, you have a chance to win up to 6 movie tickets at the producer's expense.
It's still at his expense.
It is. It'll probably be at his expense for years to come. He will live on in perpetuity because of that.
Now, coming up on April 12th through the 14th is the Empire State Con. Is that what it was called?
I think so.
Empire State Con. And there was one, this is the second one, there was one last year with, and you don't remember this, but I think it was Lou Ferrigno and Robert Englund.
Okay.
We'll double check on that. I do remember that Lou Ferrigno wandered onto Jess Briganti's weather station set,
Oh, jeez.
which, you know, it's fun for the local folks unless the person that wandered on was Bill Cosby. And that footage is still on YouTube of Bill Cosby interacting with Steve Caparizzo. You might want to take that down. But it was Lou Ferrigno last year. And this year, this is getting pretty big. We should have a big convention in Albany, the capital of the state, so we don't have to
Well,
travel.
they just built that new center.
That's
which
where
is,
it
I think
is.
where it is,
Yeah.
right next to the Times Union Center.
C. Thomas Howell, Robert Patrick, Tracy Gold. These are all 80s era stars, I think. But Felix Silla goes back to Cousin It.
60s.
And Tweaky.
Tweaky from Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
And then I've seen all of them at other shows. But the one I didn't see and would like to go see, Dave, I told you I was a fan of Flash Gordon, is Sam Jones is going to be down there.
Okay. Of Ted and Ted 2.
And Ted, too. And that picture we saw a couple of weeks ago.
Are you going to have him sign that one, Ed?
I'm going to have to erase that and only picture the wholesome Flash Gordon.
I will go if you bring that picture and have him sign it.
He may be signing some of those if you bring him on your
I
own.
will pay for that to be signed. And you tell him, this is where I want you to sign.
No, right next to the bulbous area. No, I'll have to get a lovely, Flash Gordon.
Yeah, you
sign.
do that.
All right, so we'll see you next time. That convention coming up, and we'll mention it next week. It'll still be coming up. We're going to try and get down to that one. So we'll see you next time.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.